Hi everyone, welcome to Lion Punch Forge. I'm Chris. Today we've got an introduction video to a product that's been out for a couple years, but I'm going to be doing some revamps to it, and I'd like to freshen up some of the content, the videos, and how-tos. Today that's what we're going to do. Today's going to be video number 1, which is going to be the introduction to the Paperclip Mandrels. Talk about why I particularly like this method versus the traditional method, and we'll talk about what the traditional method is. Video number 2 is going to go over making coil on the mandrel and how to remove it with ease. Video number 3 is going to be cutting the jump rings, or talking about ways to cut jump rings, because that's always a topic that I hate cutting jump rings. So we'll talk about a bunch of different ways. Video number 4 was going to be soldering paperclip link chains or chains. It's kind of some tips and tricks when it comes to soldering. Finish. Video number 5 is going to be finishing your chain. And video number 6 and 7 may go into some variants of the paperclip link chain, like how to do different things. One of the other variants we have out is a tapered paperclip chain mandrel. We'll talk about this in a minute. But first, if you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, and welcome to this series. So paperclip chains are essentially elongated ovals or oval link chains like these guys. This is a square link. I'll throw some pictures and stuff up there for you guys to see, or just leave the video up here for you to kind of see it. Another variation of that is a little bit more with round wire, something like this. Curb link would be another name for it. Then some of the elongated ovals, like this, or like this. And then some of the variants, like taking an oval link and making a barbed wire. This is one of my favorite bracelets. Another variant, one that I did yesterday and I will probably never do again because it's terrible, is this guy. This huge, chunky 4-gauge bronze oval link with a little brass D-shackle as a clasp. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. Essentially an oval link, and in most cases an elongated oval link. Now the traditional way to make these would be to wrap your wire around a round mandrel, cut them, then solder them, and stretch them. After you stretch them all, you'd cut maybe half of them, and then you'd link them together, and then you'd resolder the ones that you cut. Then you would have your elongated links. To stretch the links, sometimes they use something like this. This is a Swanstrom link stretching plier. Fantastic tool. It has a lot of uses, just not my preferred method. The reason is that when you stretch your link, typically when people do it, they stretch it so the solder joint is on the long side of the link, this long side here, instead of on the top. When it's on the top, each consecutive link hides your solder joint. When it's on the side, you can see all of your solder joints on the chain. So that's one reason I like making the oval coil and not stretching, is because I can make the oval coils and cut it on the top and then solder it on the top and not have to worry about popping any of my links. So the steps that we went through, I put up on the screen. Now we're going to talk about paperclip link mandrel. So these guys are the mandrels. This is a large, probably 2.5 or large 3mm mandrel. You'll wrap your wire around the mandrel itself, and then in the other video when we talk about making the coil and removing it, I'll talk about that. But once it comes off, you have this oval coil that you can then cut your links, link them together, and solder them without having to do all those other steps in between, the stretching and all of that. So it takes about half the work out of creating an oval link or a paperclip link, and allows you to spend less time doing it, make more money when it comes to your sales, because you're not having to spend so much time. Keep your prices the same, your labor's less. Another variation that we talked about before is the tapered paperclip mandrel, or taper clip, I like to call it. Wrapping your wire around this will allow for tapered oval links, which means that you can throw them all in a bucket, arrange them up, link them together, and then now you have a random link necklace. This particular mandrel comes in 3 different sizes, and it comes with 2 mandrels. So you have a long taper and a short tapered mandrel in the different thicknesses. So that's essentially what the Paperclip mandrel is. What I wanted to do was to provide a product that would allow the maker to make these links twice as fast, be more efficient. I do make custom ones occasionally. So you contact me and you've got a certain thickness or a certain link size that you want, I'll make custom ones. This is the Paperclip link mandrel. Right now we have 3 sizes, 3 sizes, and then each of the sizes has 3 different thicknesses. We have a large, a medium, and a small. The small will be discontinued. Everything that I have in stock right now will be eventually phased out, and I won't be making those. This being the large, what I plan on doing is actually making an extra large, so a little bit larger link, and that would allow for maybe some easier variations like the barbed wire and maybe some other things. So plan on discontinuing the small and making potentially an extra large. So stay tuned for the rest of the video series in making a Paperclip link chain and how to use the Paperclip link mandrels. Originally, I was going to make one long video, but something like this made more sense because then people could go back and watch the section that they wanted to watch and not have to watch a 40-minute long video on how to make a chain. Don't get me wrong, I may still do that, and that's cool, but this makes more sense for teaching. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Paperclip link mandrel videos.